Hello, lighting team. Welcome to our Lightkey quick start video. Lightkey is Mac software, as you can see. I'm searching it on my desktop right here and opened up the program. Um, to begin, you're just going to make your own project and save it in a proper folder. So I'll show you how to do that. So go to your USB stick, and in there you can just put the name of the folder that you want to open up and create. And then add your project name and save. In this screen, you don't need to worry about this right now. You can just say no DMX output because we're not actually going to be controlling the lights. This is just a design feature to prepare us for controlling lights. So this screen is where we're going to patch in our lights, which are not really real quite yet. But we're going to need a chart with our lighting fixtures on it with the names of the model that we're going to pick. And then we're going to set them up in this universe, which you see on your right. So I'm going to pick these generic mini spider lights and search them in the fixture search. So I just type the LM30 and it comes up. And we'll notice that each different type of fixture has channel modes. There'll be 2 channel modes. So this type of fixture has 7 channels or 13 channels, which just means you can have a variety of either 7 channels of colors and features, or you can have a wider range, which is 13 channels of colors and features. I clicked on the wrong thing here, but you can see, yeah, adding fixtures is perfect because we have 4 of these type of lights. And so we're going to add 4 all at once. And you can see this universe of numbers on your right is filling up, each with one of the channels per fixture. So it's pretty easy. There's just hundreds of different types of lights in there. So once we've done that, you can just click close on that, or done on that last window. And for this part, we're going to do what it's called building, or your preview. So this is basically what your stage is going to look like. And it seems kind of like, oh, a little bit, might not be that important and whatnot, but it actually really is in the long run, because we're going to be needing to position the artists on the stage in such a way that these lights aren't going to really blind them. We want them to light up the artist, but not straight up blind them. So it is good to have a grasp on what's going to go where and how we're going to set everything up. These are just different pieces of stage truss. So this is an example of what we would be mounting stage lights onto. And this could be up at the front of the stage, or it could be at the back of the stage, or all the way around all of the edges, just depending what you have to work with. So yeah, as you can see, these are 4 of our lights that we just added, the spider lights. And yeah, I'm just kind of playing around. I figured this would be more on the floor, or we could put them up on the beams and on the truss. It just sort of depends how we want to organize things. In this case, I think I'm probably going to put these on the floor because they aim upward and in a rotating motion. So they're kind of like those crazy lights that go all over the place. So something really important when we're setting the stage here is you're going to want to learn how to just group your lights. So you don't have to change settings for each individual one. Unless you really want to, you can. But for simplicity, we can group all of the same type together. So this is still part of setting the stage. I just wanted to show that you can actually put an example of your artists into your preview, which is kind of fun. There's lots of shapes there on your right-hand side, shapes and images. I just picked 3 artists for this just for fun and just playing around. I have another set of lights here that I added as well up at the top, and those are par lights. So what those would do, the style of light that it is it would set what we call a wash of light over the stage. So it's not super bright. It's just more to fill in with color. Basically, it's the opposite of a beam or a spotlight. So when you have things how you like them, you can just click done. And yeah, so now I'm going to explain a bit more about the toolbars at the top and how to get into the actual designing of the light show. So you can see these tabs near the bottom. There's a live view, which we're going to talk more about later, another time. So we're going to stick with the design mode for now. You can see on your right, bottom right, there's the shortcuts features, which makes things so much faster for editing. If you get in the hang of it as you're learning, it's really good to know. On presets, also, those are going to be really useful for us, but we don't have any yet, so we're just going to create some, and that's where we would look them up. You can select each fixture, and then you can see the different types of settings and properties of each fixture inside that list there, the drop-down list. And yeah, you can add fixtures again at any time. You can add to your universe with that button up at the top left. You can move them around, do whatever you want to do with them. That's for to lock your light show if you're doing a live performance with your feed. You don't want anyone to bump the keyboard. I'm not quite sure what these things do yet. So I'm just going to leave those. This is where our presets will go once we've designed them. And I'll show you that next. So yeah, this is where we design our presets. At the bottom of the screen, you can see all these different little squares. So each one does a different thing. You've got your color adjustments. There's the dimmer on the left. There's also, you can do strobe lights on the right. And there's just a whole bunch of things you can play around with and edit. And you'll notice how the 2 fixtures at the top are in sync with each other because they're in the same group. There you can see not only does the dimmer actually change the brightness, but it also can change the colors that you're blending. And yeah, so if you click the white dot on the fixture name, you could see that little drop down list I had there. And that's also another way to access all of these settings. There you can change the color temperature, the way that the light pulses. And we're not going to do sound control right now, but that is definitely an option we can look at in the future. So there's some more settings in here, which relate to the way the lights are going to be flashing. There, and we don't need to worry about this part too much right now, but if you want to, go ahead, check it out. It's about the timing and the frequency of the flashing. If you have a long chain of lights, um, you can use this setting to select which ones are going to go off and on when. So here, I wanted to show you this in drop-down menu. So you just click on this dot above the fixture name, and you can access all of the design features in there too. So now that we have a bit of a pattern going, we're going to create a group to save our preset in. So I'm just going to name the group. It's a power wash because these are power lights, and there's a pair of them. They're quite large. Um, yeah, and there's all the properties listed right there of what we have so far. So that's a preset. We can use that again and again whenever we want. And now I'm going to create a sequence of presets. So we can actually copy and paste the first preset if we want. We can grab that, duplicate it. And yeah, in this case, I'm going to duplicate and just change the color. There we go. You can adjust the time as well for how long you want this preset to last for. Yeah, make sure you push edit first, then you can update your preset. So there's the play button, and you can see it's just playing them over and over again. And I kind of like that, so I'm going to duplicate and add another color. I'm turning this one green. Update. A little brighter green. And there we go. And there we go. There's a sequence of presets. And next I'll be working on the other lights there on the floor. And yeah, you can just keep going, add more lights if you want to, and have fun. Make sure you save your project every time you're done, because it won't save it for you in the background, especially if you're saving on a USB stick. And thanks for watching.